There's a coup attempt in the United States right now, I think, too. So it's tough to say, except it certainly had a big impact on Turkey. We're seeing the Prime Minister Erdogan emerge with a lot more power than he had before. So it seems to me that he's the winner in all of this. Recently meeting with Prime Minister May of England and strengthening relationships with England and moving forward in that direction. It's a very interesting to watch. Turkey's an interesting place to watch right now, as is the United States, as is England, as is so much of the world. Yeah, I don't know that it's been proven that Gulen did make a coup attempt, and it's entirely possible. And it's also very possible that other governments were behind it, whether it was Gulen or not. It's very possible that there have been other governments behind it, including the United States. Well, I'm sure that Trump could extradite him. Whether he will or not is the question. And only he can answer that question. It's impossible to second guess what President Trump will do. He's very mysterious. I think their purpose was to undermine Turkey and undermine Erdogan. It hasn't worked very well, but this is something that goes back. I was in Turkey, I think, 4 or 5 years ago when this happened once before, when the credit agencies downgraded the Turkey's currency. It's an attempt by the bankers to take more control. But I think that the Turkish economy will probably emerge fairly strongly. I think the fact that Erdogan is making moves to strengthen ties with England as the United Kingdom moves out of Brexit, this is a very wise move on the part of Turkey to strengthen those ties. And that will also strengthen the currency. I wouldn't be surprised to see the credit rating go up shortly. These credit agencies are not objective. They can be controlled by politics, just like the World Bank. Joe Stiglitz, who's the former chief economist at the World Bank and winner of the Nobel Prize in Economics, has gone on the record as saying that the decisions that are made at the World Bank and credit agencies and such organizations as that are often tied much more to politics than they are to true economics. So I think the Turkish people who are saying that there's no justification for the credit rating probably are correct. On the other hand, it is also true that when a country's gone through a coup attempt or a coup, its credit is often downgraded. So it's not unusual for this to happen. It could well be, I remember 4 or 5 years ago when the Prime Minister Erdogan was looked at as a model for the world and was sort of the poster boy for the Middle East leadership. And so Turkey's gone through a lot of turmoil, as you well know. I think the downgrading of the currency is just one of the reactions to those issues. We're not sure what Donald Trump is really trying to do. It is the fact that Donald Trump has changed the whole nature of the National Security Council, the NSC. He's downgraded the military and also the head of the intelligence agencies that used to play a large role in the NSC. And now he's replaced them basically with Brennan, his advisor. Now, the NSC is extremely important because it's the agency that decides on who can be assassinated. And it appears that Trump has very close ties with Russian business interests, and he's gone on record of wanting to have stronger ties with Putin. How will that influence Turkey? It's very difficult to predict right now what's going to happen. Nobody has a crystal ball. We're going to have to wait and see. These are very, very interesting times, very disturbing times and very interesting times. But we're going into a period of tremendous chaos. It's happening in Turkey. It's happening in the UK. It's happening in Greece. It's happening in Italy. It's happening in Latin America. It's happening in the United States. It's happening all over the world. Chaos. I think there's a very good chance that the European Union will fall apart. It is falling apart, as a matter of fact. And I'm sure that Russia, and Putin, and China probably like to see this happening. And so they're doing everything they can to further that.